And then when I wake up, you lost everyone and you lost everything.
Today I sit down with Nal Om, a survivor of the Cambodian genocide. At a time when anyone with a high school education was targeted for extermination, he was deputy director of the National Hospital in Phnom Penh and became one of the few medical doctors to survive the Khmer Rouge. Like millions of other Cambodians, he was forced to the countryside.
We see the flow of human being like a volcano that spit the lava. Everywhere I turn, you see the fresh grave.
He is still haunted by the day he was forced to abandon all the children under his care in the hospital's pediatric ward.
The weight of remorse still weighs on my mind till today.
He escaped and walked for 22 days through the jungle, sustained by a single thought: to tell the world what he had witnessed.
They infiltrate, divide, and they come to destroy you from the inside, from the cell of the nation. That means the family first.
This is American Thought Leaders, and I'm Yanya Kellick. Nal such a pleasure to have you on American Thought Leaders.
Thank you, Yan. Good morning to you. It's to me too. It's a kind of pleasure to welcome you to my home.
It's really an honor for me to have you here. Why don't we start here? You have a remarkable story. You're one of the few, if not the only, medical doctor to have survived the Khmer Rouge, the Cambodian genocide. Tell me your story.
My name is Nal. I'm from Cambodia. I was a physician and practicing at that time in my own country, in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, before the event of the fall of the country to the communists. The communists at that time, they called Khmer Rouge, but themselves, Khmer in Cambodian name, and Rouge in French, I mean red. They call themselves the Khmer Cambodian Revolutionary. And at that time, I was a deputy director of the main national hospital in Phnom Penh. And then I remember clearly, still on my mind, about as yesterday, when I watched my hospital vanish, sink within a few hours before your eye, your own eye. The hospital that I used to work there for more than 10 years, 12 years or 13 years. And I cannot find the word, the human word to describe those emotions with which I overwhelmed, to see all, collapse within 2 hours. Like I feel like the sky collapsed on my head. And then when I wake up, you lost everyone. And you lost everything. The capital of Phnom Penh at that time habitated about 2.5 million. I came in hospital on the invitation of my colleague and director of the hospital at 7:30 in the morning, 7:30. And then I take a round visit for all the sick people. And about half an hour or 1 hour later, the young Khmer Rouge came in. They wear the black suit with AK, what you call AK, right?
AK-47s, yes.
A gun from the Russian, I think. And then we were very surprised and very, unusual, astonished to see the young soldier came in the hospital, etc. And then a nurse presented itself to us. They said that the Khmer Rouge entered the main part of the hospital, and they start to ask people to leave. They asked for the nurse to leave first, the staff. They asked the staff to leave first. And then I said, okay, be careful. You watch, you have to see everything around, to care about the safety of our patient before leaving. And then half an hour later, another nurse come in, and they say that now, not only the staff, medical staff, but also the patient, the sick patient had to live. I said, what? Are you sure? Do you understand well what they are saying? He said, yes. And then we realized that no way. They don't understand at all. They came only like a robot. They obey only the order of their Angka. Angka, that means party. The highest party, they call Angka. Angka is for 5 years, when people was deported to the countryside, we hear every day, every minute, Angka. Angka, Angka. Angka, this word in Cambodian means organization. Mm-hmm. But they use this word for their party because they didn't say political party, that it's too monstrous to them. So they don't want to reveal themselves who they are and what they are. They use organization, Angka, in Cambodian Angka. Angka, that means really that would be the party, the few people that, the leader of the Communist Party. But Angka, that would encompass anything. It's anonymous, it's mythic, it's powerful, Angka. So Angka have unlimited power from the top to the bottom. When you said he come in the name of Angka, you can, even one militia in the small village can kill you for a yes or for a no. When he said that he's represented the order from Angka, never written, it by mouth all the time. They came someone, from receive an order from some whatever the level of their administration, they came to tell you by mouth, and then they give you your sentences. You have to follow them. They punish you in many ways. Anything would be capital punishment. That means death. That's all. And they can invent any language. And here, I want to tell you, Jan, for one thing, we see the communists with their gun, with their anything. But what we usually hardly we can see, you forget that their language, their dialectic language, what we call revolutionary language, their own, created by their own, is powerful like a weapon. They can kill you with their language. They call us like a prisoner. Their own compatriot, they treat us as a prisoner of war. Do you hear that? Not from foreigner country, but from our own people. We treat us as prisoner because we belong to the urban city. From the town. They divided in two people. Those that dwell in town, they call that the enemy because they collude with the foreigners, where KGB, where CIA. They used to accuse you of any foreigner, labor. And then those that get along them with the Khmer Rouge when they fight for their, victory, they call the people, they call Mulatan, that means the people of base, or their base. So you see two people, and one against each other. So we treat us like a prisoner. And so they use a lot of, between us, between our, as prisoner from the town, we used to communicate between us. He said, be careful. If you want to live, to survive, make yourself blind, make yourself deaf, make yourself mute. 3 rules. Don't witness anything. If they ask something, I don't see. Do you hear something? If they ask you, they are Asian. they happen to ask you, have you seen someone? Etc. I say, oh no, I haven't seen anyone. Do you hear something? No thing. No talk. No talk, no laugh, no smile.
And that way you might survive.
Yes, to be alive. Myself, I survive because I practice all this kind of thing every day. You learn from them. You learn from their language. You learn from their attitude, from their, to learn how to cope with all this, the way that you let yourself follow the, like the water. In some time, some circumstances, you have to follow like the water to flow with them. Sometime in a group of people, they send only one or two of them to supervise the work. And we working like a robot, and like I said, all the time. And no way to talk, no way to joke, etc. We are not provided neither water, neither nothing to eat, nothing to drink. And a break time, maybe sometime 5 minutes to 10 minutes. There are a lot of expression. They say that one more thing, that they discourage us in one way, that the prisoner not to rebel against them, not to escape, not to do the thing wrong. And they used to say that Anka is like pineapple eye. There are eye everywhere. So you cannot escape, so you cannot do something, that Anka would ignore. Anka would know everything, anytime, anywhere. You see the language?
Yes.
The language that, and some people let themselves discourage and let themselves down. I say, no way. You have to learn from them, but to yourself, you must have something on your own to survive this kind of situation.